you a bodyweight workout this morning that you can do at home. All you need is yourself. I am a certified personal trainer as well as a board certified athletic trainer. And let's begin. This workout has 9 moves, and how it's going to be set up is a lower body, upper body, core, lower body, upper body, core, lower body, upper body, core. You can go through it once. I recommend 3 times, or maybe you do one in the morning, lunch, dinner, little movement snacks throughout your day. So let's get started. Making sure that you've warmed up in any capacity. Great ways to warm up. Could be a jumping jack. It could be going for a quick lap around your building, anything like that. But if you feel warm, we're going to start with a squat. So how I get into my squats are my feet are hip distance apart. My second toe is facing forward. And my hips are tucked. My core is tight. Squats involve so much core. My shoulders are down and back. If this feels uncomfortable, feel free to widen your stance and maybe even slightly turn out your toes. As I come down, my knees press out, my knees stay over my ankles, my weight is in my heels. I can wiggle my toes in this stance. And then you're going to squeeze, come up. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to drop down, weight in my back, come up. I am barefoot today. I like that at home. I can go barefoot. I can use my tiny little intrinsic feet muscles to really strengthen them. When we're in shoes all day, they do get underutilized. So we're going to do 10 of these. I haven't been counting. I think this is about 7. So we'll do 2 more squatting, squeezing the glutes. Great press movement. 2, and then we'll do 1 more. Awesome. From here, we're going to go into push-ups. Some people have this fear of push-ups from maybe a PE or a gym class. Have no fear. I will show you modifications. So the big thing is coming down into your hands. My pointer fingers are facing forward and they're shoulder distance. I also have a small bend in my elbow. You don't want to lock your elbows out, just like how you don't want to lock out your knees. I'm going to take a breath. I'm talking really fast when I'm standing. So my pointer fingers are forward, shoulder width apart. I can stay here on my knees, tuck my hips, core tight. Or you can also tuck those toes, making sure your hips are tucked. Shoulders turn out, the eyes of my elbows, I heard someone call it once and I kind of like that, are going to turn outward. That outward rotation is going to open up your chest and avoid this internal rotation. So, pointer fingers are forward, coming into that plank, core tight, hips are tucked. I'm going to drop down, exhale, press out. Inhale, exhale, core tight. Inhale, exhale, keeping my hips tucked. 4, 5, again, keep going. Dropping. 6, here we go. 7, modifying as you need, or staying up on those toes. 9, back counter 10. If this is like no way, Jose, go against your couch, find a countertop, do it against a wall. Tons of ways to modify each of these moves. Then we're going to stay down and go into bicycles. So head, neck, and spine are going to be down the whole time. My hips are tucked. If there was a piece of paper under my back, you wouldn't be able to pull it out because that's how much my lower back is pressing. My knees are coming over my hips and my shins are parallel. Level 1, you can just stay here with your arms at your side. Extend one leg out, squeeze the heck out of that glute. Can I say that?
You can say
squeeze.
Yes.
Squeeze the other glute. Come through center. Maybe you stay right here. If this feels okay, your lower back staying pressed down, you can include those arms. Exhale. Inhale through center. Slow, controlled, my throat is staying open. I'm not crunching down, my eyes are staying up. Squeezing that left glute. Coming through center. Really slow, controlled. Sometimes you see people and they get super sloppy. Avoid the sloppiness. Keeping those eyes up. I'm not counting again. We'll do 3. 3. Lower back pressing into that 2. 2. 1 more each way. Awesome, awesome work. Core tight, come down slow. Going back to lower body. This is one of my favorite moves. If you have time for 1 move, this would be my move. What we're going to do is a reverse lunge. So you're going to step back. You get to choose your range of motion. I like to, if there's nothing limiting you, then drop straight down. My weight is going straight down into here. My back knee is right under my hip, my knee is over my ankle, my thighs are squeezed together, my hips are tucked, my core is tight. Now I'm going to press off this left foot, using my core, finding my balance, and then hinging into a deadlift. Hinging, hinging, hinging. My pinky toe is facing the ground, my belly button is fine, my shoulders are down and back, core tight. So amazing, and then coming back through. We're going to do all 10 on the same side. Dropping back. Lifting up, that press, and then coming into a pull. Deadlifts are so amazing. You can feel your hamstring stretch, squeeze that glute, come up. So beneficial. Again, tapping down in between if you need. Maybe finding your couch, a chair, a countertop. Woo. Finding that hinge, core tight, shoulders down and back. Coming back through, my shoulders stay down. Step back, just hovering that knee, not tapping down. On my kneecap, we have these tiny little burses. Not tiny, these fluid-filled sacs around our kneecap. We never really want to slam our knee into the ground. Coming up, on the back counter. Maybe that's something to work on. Just when you guys have to put your finger up. As I top. Do 2 more on this side. Coming up and through. Find that balance, so good. Find that hinge. Drop that hip. I think I forgot to hinge the last time I came up. Oops, daisy. We're doing it live. We don't have anything fancy. Camille, get out of here. Core tight. Belly with the spine. Coming up. Last one. Dropping straight down. Core tight. Lift up. Find that hinge. My hip points are down. Pinky toe towards the ground. It's so natural that we want to open up. Avoid that opening. Shoulders are down and back. Then we're going to switch sides. Should I show both sides? Or save time? Yeah. Okay. Other side. Here we go. Reverse lunge. Being really kind to yourself. If this side feels a little bit wobblier, this is definitely my more wobbly side. I like to demo things on my left side, just because I'm way more confident. But we gotta treat our legs even, coming up and through, dropping straight back. Find that balance, thighs squeeze together, core tight. That's 3. Drop down, come up and through, find that hinge. Then squeeze that right glute, come up. This is 5. Find that hinge. Step back. Find that balance. Pinky toes face the ground. Core tight the whole time, especially on these transitions. This is 7. Pressing up, hinging down, core tight, dropping that hip. 2 more. Find that hinge, extend, squeeze that glute, squeezing that standing leg. Last one. Find that hinge. Come up. Nice, and then shake it out. We are going to come into triceps. So this is one that there are tons of ways to modify wherever you are at. If you only have your mat, my fingers are going to face my body. I'm going to press up in my heels and drop my elbows come up. It's not a huge movement. If you want more range of motion, you can also walk your glutes away, making sure you're keeping that chest open and still sitting those glutes a little bit back. Again, not a huge movement. If you have a couch, a table, a chair, feel free to elevate as well, and then you can drop down, press up. You are more than welcome also to extend your legs and drop down. I don't get much of a range of motion. This isn't a very impressive one, but it's still something my glutes touch pretty quick. So those are triceps. But again, if you have a chair, you can go off with making sure that you're keeping your shoulders down and back, lowering and then pressing, putting your mind into the muscle of your triceps. Triceps are 2/3 of our upper arm. This will give our arm that amazing shape. So taking time to do that back side of our arms. Dead bugs, one of my favorites. We're going to come back into that position where our lower back's pressing into the ground, our knees are over our hips. Our arms are going to extend straight up, kind of like a zombie. And then what we're going to do, a little bit of thinking, is opposite arm, opposite leg. Squeezing, then inhale, coming through center. Exhale, extend. Squeezing this glute, this leg is hovering, coming through center, belly button to spine. Getting rid of those arms at any point and just doing the legs like we did with the bicycles. Or keeping it opposite arm, lower back pressing into the mat, opposite leg. And that full core involved. 6. Inhale, through center. Exhale, extend. 8. Here we go, 9. 9, if you want to take this up a notch, you can also take light dumbbells, even soup cans in your arms as you do these for a little bit more resistance. Awesome, last 3 moves, we're going to stay down, and we're going to do a single leg bridge. Bridges are so important. Strong glutes reduces lower back pain, so we want to make sure our glutes are strong. Posterior chain is something I love to work. Coming into bridge, I'm keeping my hips tucked, my belly button to my spine, getting rid of any sort of arch in my lower back. My heels are so I can tap them. A lot of times we get into a bridge position, we're all the way up here. Try to bring those feet in as close to your body as you can. Then I'm going to tuck my hips, so pressing more into that back and squeeze my glutes come up. My knees stay in line with my hips, I don't let them flail out. If you want to take this up, I have this written down as a single leg glute bridge. So one leg's going to come up. Single-sided movements are so important. Noticing how we move differently side to side. If this feels like too much, keep both feet down, and you can just do 20 of them instead of 10. Making sure you're doing this and feeling it in that glute, that it is a glute engagement. Your glute is squeezing and you're not arching that lower back. Some people will bridge and they'll just like think about arching that lower back. Avoid the arch. Putting your mind into that muscle will make it so much more effective. Coming down slow as well and controlled. I think this is 9, 10. I will work on my counting as this week goes on. Other leg, again, this quad is still engaged. It's active through this whole time. It's not just like hanging as I lift. I'm trying to keep my hip points forward, driving through this heel, active through the foot as well, pressing straight up, squeezing that glute, coming down. Awesome. This is 6, 7, 8. Mind into that muscle, noticing how it feels side to side. I'm just noticing, not being mean to our body, being like, oh, this is my bad side. Maybe there's just a little bit more room for improvement. Okay, coming, we're going to stay low, we're going to come into shoulder taps. We're coming back into that plank. So what that means is my toes are going to be tucked, my pointer fingers are forward, I'm active through my finger points. Sometimes we'll get into this plank and we're jamming all our weight into the palm of our hand, and that's just not going to feel good, especially over time. So making sure that, right now I'm not wearing nail polish. So when I press my fingertips, I can see the color of my finger change, which is phenomenal. That's great. We want to see that if your nails are painted, then just imagine that you're putting pressure in them, that you would see the color change. My elbow, the eyes of my elbows are turned forward, my shoulders are down back, my wrists are right under my shoulders. Maybe this is where you stay and you do 10 breaths. If you want to do the shoulder taps, you can also widen your feet. It will make you feel a little bit more stable. Again, you can also drop to those knees, hips are tucked. You can do this on a countertop, a couch, a wall, all good things. A fence. So hips are tucked, I'm going to tap one shoulder, come down, core tight. I'm trying not to let my hips dance. My hips like to dance a little bit. We're all works in progress. We're figuring out slow, controlled, pressing actively through that hand, trying not to open up the best that we can. 4, core tight, shoulders down and back. 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. One more, each side, 10, 10. Awesome. Maybe sitting back real quick, stretching out the shoulders. Last move, our bird dog. So we're going to stay in this tabletop position. My knees are down. If there's any knee issues, you can also fold your mat, put a towel underneath those knees. I have a little bone that likes to on my knees, so I always need a little bit of extra knee support. So, pointer fingers are down, facing away. Toes can be untucked or tucked, really personal preference. Here, wrists are right under shoulder, belly button to spine. So a way to make sure that your core is involved and find that neutral back. Maybe you drop your belly and press away to find where neutral, where you can get your back flat. And then what the move is going to look like is we're going to come out here. But to get into that, I want you just to hover your knee. This is going to get your belly button to spine, your core is going to become engaged instead of just kicking back, which can then just cause some lower back pain. So hovering that knee just an inch or two, pressing away with the hands, and then actively think about squeezing that glute, sending that foot back. Pinky toe facing the ground, again, avoiding that hip opening up. So squeeze that glute, come in. Maybe you just start with the legs, squeeze that glute, come in. Bird dogs are so phenomenal, giving that back a really great stretch. If you want to add opposite or opposite leg, reaching through my shoulder plug, I'm not shrugging. Really active, feel that energy between, from my fingers all the way to the heel of my foot. Coming down, finding that connection, keeping my neck long, looking right down at my mat. Back is flat. So good to work that back side of our body, especially if we are seated a lot. These days, opening up that back side, working on posture. Core tight, finding that super impressive. We'll call it 7. 7, if you really feel great and you want to hover your knees, whoo, I don't feel that great today, but that's one way. If you're feeling like a Tuesday, what is it, Wednesday morning? Sorry.
It's Friday.
Squeeze the glute, one more each way, belly button is fine, shoulders down and back, and then extend. So, those are all the moves. I recommend resting for 2 minutes in between sets and then doing them all again. 10 reps of everything. If it's double-sided, doing 10 reps each side. Feel free to reach out with any questions, go to the Facebook group, and follow along this week for new workouts that we're going to post. Thank you.